Hey stamping friends, it's Sherry Parker coming to you live on Wednesday, December 4th. Happy Wednesday, happy December. Can't believe it's already December. Christmas is just a few weeks away, and I know we're all busy and crazy with parties and projects and cars and everything like that. So I do appreciate you taking a few minutes of your day to spend it with me. I wanted to show you a couple quick cards using something new, but also we'll spin it and make it holiday. So I hope you stay tuned throughout to see both cards, because I think you'll like the second card a lot. We did just recently announce the last chance product sale. It just went live yesterday, and a few things have already sold out, but not everything. But essentially what Stampin' Up! Is doing is rather than having the clearance rack, which you might be familiar with online, they're now having a last chance product listing. So these are items that will be available until they're sold out. So essentially they're being discontinued, but you have time until they run out. They'll be there. So I put a little link on my Facebook page, so you can click on that. It's at sherrythomas.stampinup.net. And if you go there without clicking that link directly, if you click on shop, and then it'll say specials, and then you can, the drop down will have last chance, and that will list everything. It'll list some of the things are discounted, some are not, some are unavailable, some are available, and some are not. So just check it out. It will be real time. So if there's something that you're thinking about, it's a great time to take a look. Also in January, we'll be launching our new mini catalog for the spring, as well as Celebration, which is our famous annual sale. For every $60 you spend, you'll receive a Celebration item. You should be receiving those catalogs in the mail, and if you don't, I would say by like the end of December, let me know and I'll make sure to get one to you. So I'm going to turn my camera over now, and we will get started on these fun projects. We're going to use a new stamp set that just came with my pre-order, so I hope you like it. It doesn't look like I did that right. I'm not sure what I pushed. Q&A. That's a new one. All right, hopefully you can see my desk right now. So, Celebration catalog, that'll be hitting mailboxes, and this is the new mini catalog. Can't open those. Can't really show you what's inside, but just stay tuned for your mailbox. You'll be seeing these soon. And in this new mini catalog is a wonderful suite called Ocean Friends. And I immediately fell in love with this because it's all things sea, ocean, which I love. So there's this cute stamp set, crab and lobster, die cuts that coordinate. There is an embossing folder that looks like waves. There's some dots, decorative dots in fun colors. And then the designer series paper is really, really fun. It's all pinks and oranges and just really, really pretty. So I knew right from the second I saw it that I would be ordering that, because so up my alley with those bright colors. And what a great way to take away the winter doldrums. So the first card we're going to be making tonight is using the Ocean Friends. This is using all the items from this new suite. And then the second card will be a different little take on this. So I hope you stay tuned to the end. So we'll start with this card here. We've got Melon Mambo as our card base. Nice spring, fun color. We'll fold this in half. It's just an 8.5 by 11 cardstock sheet cut into half. And then for the card front, I'm going to use Pool Party, and I'm going to run it through the new Ocean Waves embossing folder. This is one of those 3D embossing folders that has really deep grooves. And I'm going to have it go this way on my page so that my waves will be vertical like that. So I'll run that through my embossing folder. When I take it out, it looks like this. Aren't those really pretty grooves? I did want to point out that you might be familiar with this swirly embossing folder. It's an oversized one, And it's actually not too different from this new Ocean Waves. You can see there are some differences. So you could technically, if you didn't have this, you could use this as your waves. But this is a little bit of a deeper emboss with that 3D emboss. So I just wanted to point that one out. So this will be the front of our card, and I will adhere that to the front. And then for the other parts of this card, I cut a piece of the designer series paper. You can see the fun patterns, and really any of the patterns would coordinate. That's the beautiful thing about our designer series paper, is that everything does coordinate. So this is a 2-inch strip by 5 1/4. And then I have another strip, which is just the reverse side of that, that is a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Actually, I think I'm going to use glue for this one because it's pretty thin. So we will put that alongside like that. All right, now for the fun part, to decorate it, I've got the stamp set here, the Oceanfront stamp set, along with the coordinating die cuts here. So first thing I'm going to do is, on some scrap paper, I'm going to stamp my crab. And this is a 2-step stamp, and I'm going to use the accent piece here on my crab. And I'm using pumpkin pie ink on pumpkin pie paper. And I'll stamp that. There's our little crab. And then for the lobster, I will stamp that in Melon Mambo, on Melon Mambo cardstock. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put our coordinating die cuts over top. One thing I'll mention on the lobster is that the antenna go above the claws. So it's just when you stamp it, just make sure you leave enough room for those. So we'll line those up and put those in the embossing folder. Die cut machine, I mean. And we'll run those through. And get a couple little critters there. And then last but not least, there's a seaweed piece here. And I ran that through ahead of time using lemon lime twist for the seaweed. So I think we have most of the parts that we can go ahead and assemble this card. And it's real simple. So what I decided to do is to use the seaweed at the bottom, just put a couple little dots of glue towards the bottom of it. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can tuck things behind it. So if I don't glue it all the way down, then I'll be able to tuck some of the lobster and the crab behind it. So I've glued that one down. I'm going to glue my lobster. And I like glue just because these are thinner little pieces. And he just can tuck right behind there. And the crab, the same thing. Put a little bit of glue on him. Tuck him behind like that. And if you wanted to go back, you could add some glue. Or you can leave it so it's kind of sticking out, whatever you like. And then the final touch for our little creatures here is I'm going to use a little of the Wink of Stella. I'm just going to use it on the outlines. So I've got my crab here, and this will just highlight some of those lines so you can see them a little bit better. And it'll look nice and sparkly, like they're in the salt water, the ocean. Bill and I just got back from Sanibel last week, and we had a wonderful time. Love being at the ocean. It's definitely our happy place. All right, so I don't know if you can see the little glimmer, but just put little outlines on of the Wink of Stella over the accents. And then really last for the front of the card is I've cut out, this is from the Nested Essentials, using the white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp one of the sentiments. This stamp set comes with a couple cute greetings. The one I picked was the thanks so much, but there's also hello friend and love you. And as I said, this will be available come January, so stay tuned for that. Just giving you a little sneak peek here. I will stamp thanks so much, and then we'll go ahead and adhere it to the front of the card using a couple Stampin' Dimensionals. And I have his little claw stick out like that. I love to do that. And then I did go ahead and this is a new ribbon that will also be in the new catalog. It's Daffodil Delight. And I just tied a really small little bow, and I will go ahead and put that at the top here. And then last embellishment will be the dots that coordinate with this suite. And they're really fun colors: Pool Party, Melon Mambo, and Pumpkin Pie. So you could use, whichever size you liked. I thought I'd go ahead and put it in a grouping of 3, just because that seems to be, it's always nice to have odd numbers. And so the front of the card is done. Since it is a dark cardstock though, I would go ahead and put something on the inside. So I usually will just put a piece of white cardstock on the inside. And for this one, I thought I would show you our crabs. So I mentioned that it's a 2-step stamp set. So we have the solid part, which is the crab's body, and the outline part, which is the accent, which we used before. So for this crab's body, I'm going to stamp that in the pumpkin pie, but I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper, stamp it off, and then stamp it onto my card. Oops, you know what? I did it the wrong way. Ha! Don't you love it? It's a vertical card. It's okay. There's 2 sides to every piece of paper, right? And for the crab, for the accent part, I will stamp it also in the pumpkin pie, but I won't stamp it off. So it should line up pretty easily. And there you go. And so that's the inside of the card. And then I'll go ahead and place it on there like so. So I've got my glue out, so we'll just glue that down. No one will ever know that I messed that up unless they tear it off the base. And there's your first card. And this is a really cute, sweet. So one thing I wanted to mention is if you comment on or share this video, that you will have an opportunity to win the cards I make tonight. So this is card number 1. And then for the second card, we will start next. And it's using the same bundle, but we're going to use it in a slightly different way. We are going to make it a Christmas card. So even though this bundle is not ready or available until after the holidays, I just wanted to show you how you can use really anything and turn it into whatever you want. So this is not a Christmas stamp set, but just by adding a little Santa hat and a Christmas greeting, I'm making it into a Christmas card. So I wanted to show you that, and we'll get started there. So a little bit different color scheme. We're going to use real red as our card base. This will be a horizontal card. So I will fold it down. And again, we're going to use Pool Party because we're trying to get that ocean look. So we'll run that through our embossing folder. This time we're going to have the waves go horizontally like that, since it's a horizontal card. So we'll run that one through, and got our ocean waves. I really do like this embossing folder. I like the deep grooves. It's really, really nice. So we will go ahead and put that down. And then this time, instead of using the designer series paper that came with that bundle, I picked out a piece of paper from the, it's the Nests of Winter. So you might remember this, it has birds. And what I'm gonna do here, I thought it looked a little bit like sand, and you can see the little bird pattern, the feet marks. And so sometimes if you're walking on the beach, you'll see little bird footprints. So I thought this would be really a cute idea. So what we'll do is go ahead and adhere that to the front like so. And kind of looks like sand a little bit. So that's just going to be the background like that. So there is the card base. And then to decorate it, we will do the same thing that we did on the last card, except this time we will use Real Red for our lobster, and we'll stamp our lobster in Real Red ink on Real Red cardstock. And for the crab, it'll be similar to what we did. We'll do pumpkin pie on pumpkin pie. Again, we'll use our die cuts, run it through our die cut machine, and we'll cut those out real quick. And we'll have our lobster and our crab, a little different color lobster this time. And then for the seaweed, I ran it through some glimmer paper. So I just use some extra pieces. Whenever I have glimmer paper, I keep all the scraps in a bag because it's expensive. You don't get a lot with a pack, and I don't want it to go to waste. So I just have a big bag of glimmer paper. So this, I'm not even sure what pack this came from, but I wasn't really sure if I should use like this creamy color or green. So you'll have to let me know if you like the green or the cream. So I did it both ways. I was just playing around with it. But for this card, I'm gonna go ahead and show you with the cream color. And I will glue this down like I did the last time, with just a little bit at the bottom so that I can tuck things behind it, okay? And then similarly, I will put my lobster behind, my seaweed, just kind of tuck him in there. And then the crab, I'm gonna actually pop him out with a dimensional. I think that'd be kind of cute, like that. And I want to leave room. I have a fun little extra for this one. So a long time ago, Stampin' Up! Had the Santa hat punch. You may or may not remember this. If you've been around a while, you might remember it. And I never got rid of this one because I just loved the fact that I could make a Santa hat and put it really on anything and make it a Christmas card. So what I did is I punched out in glimmer paper the red hat, and then the little pieces I cut out in white glimmer paper. So I did that ahead of time. And that's all from that punch. But after I make this card, I'll show you another way to make the hat if you don't have the punch, because chances are you probably don't have the punch because it's a pretty old one. And with glimmer paper, sometimes it doesn't stick really well. Things don't stick very well on top of it. So I find that using a dimensional makes things adhere a lot better. So I'm gonna stick my little fuzz on the top of the hat, and then for the ball, I'll use another dimensional, and then I'll just kind of place it at the end like that. And we're gonna just put that on our little crab, so he's don't be crabby at Christmas. And then I might even like leave one of his claws tucked out like that. And there's our little Santa hat. Then to finish off this card, I pre-cut this die cut here, and I'm going to stamp Peace and Joy. This is from the Peaceful Season stamp set, and this stamp set is actually on the last chance list, so it will be gone before we know it, which is too bad because I really do like it. These are the greetings that are in this one, so a lot of really nice sentiments, but you know, things come to an end, so I guess it's at its end after it sells out. I'm going to use some gold trim and thumb that through like so, and we'll just kind of place that at the bottom of our card here. Use a couple dimensionals and place it on the top like that. And I will trim off some of this ribbon since it's going off the side like that. And then the last touch on this one is I will use one of our wonderful Druzy dots. These are so, so pretty. They're in the holiday mini catalog. And there you go, there's the front of the card. So I thought that was a really cute idea, just to make it Christmassy. And this is not a Christmas set, but you can make it a Christmas set if you want. So again, I'm gonna stamp something for the inside because it is a dark cardstock. I'm gonna use my crab again. I'll stamp him off, and then I'll put him in the corner here, just like I did on the last one. And then the accent piece will do the two-step stamp. And this one isn't too hard to line up, which I really do like. Then I will, for the inside greeting, from that same Peaceful Season stamp set, I will stamp this: friends and family are the true gift of Christmas. And that'll be our inside greeting. So we will put that inside like so, and we're done. So hopefully you like that card. Before I sign off though, I did want to at least show you how to make a hat, a Santa hat, if you don't have this punch. So here's the punch. Really easy to assemble a hat, just like that. You just punch out of the paper. If you do not have that, you can use a circle punch. So here is a 1.5 inch punch. Punch a circle out of your paper, here, the glimmer. So I've got a circle, and then I just cut it down the middle. So I cut 2 halves, and so that will actually come, you'll have 2 Santa hats. And then all you do is just cut, you're freehanding it, so I know people get scared about that, but you're basically just cutting like a little C, and there's your hat. And then for the trim, you can just use a strip of, scrap paper, and I just cut a little ovally ended rectangle and then use a hole punch for the hat. So you can make a Santa hat without having a Santa punch. So I did want to show you that as a fun little alternative. So I think that really wraps it up for tonight, and I hope you like these cards. Comment on or share, and you can win them, and you can also watch this on replay. I mean, it doesn't look like a whole lot of people have made it tonight, and that's okay. It's a busy time of year, and I know that. So I appreciate if you did watch it on replay or live. Comment on or share, and maybe one of these will be yours. Thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend with parties and everything that's going on. And I hope, the reason for the season stays in your heart. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye.